Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. A pair of telescopes sitting on the big island of Hawaii have recently captured a massive explosion of light emanating from deep space. And they have no idea what it is, what caused it, and well, it's all been documented in a new paper. I'll put the link to it down below, published to astronomerstelegram.org, describing what they're calling a, quote, bright, transient, spatially coincident with SGCG. Now, what does that mean? Well, in a nutshell, it means that they detected this mystery of a massive explosion coming from around 200 million light years away. And many of you are probably already guessing, well, what could create such a massive amount of light, you know, extremely far in deep space? Many of you probably are thinking a supernova. Well, you'd be wrong, because this massive flash of light was not only 100 times brighter than the light that a supernova can produce, but it is growing at such an incredible rate of speed that it's totally baffling scientists. Now, here's some few key points here. The blast appeared in a distant galaxy, and have theorized that the flash is some 16,000 degrees Fahrenheit, sending this cloud of high-energy particles towards us. It's also bursting outwards at an incredible speed of around 12,000 miles per second. And what one researcher who has taken a look at it has said, quote, "There hasn't really been another object like this." And so they are dubbing this mysterious blast the Cow, after the site that captured it automatically categorized it as AT 2018 COW. And as I said earlier, the explosion was captured by the asteroid tracking Atlas telescopes, twin telescopes at the Keck Observatory in Hawaii. The observatory, fun little fact, actually sits atop of something called Mauna Kea, which is a dormant volcano. Or at least up until now it is. I mean, with everything happening in Hawaii lately, I probably wouldn't be building anything else near or on top of a volcano, but how can you really do that in Hawaii? But anyway, back to the story here. It was captured by these twin Atlas telescopes, and astronomers noted that the flash was unusually luminous, up to 100 times brighter than the average supernova, but it was the speed of the light's appearance that really caught the eye of space experts. Most celestial explosions take weeks to reach peak brightness, but this distant flash had grown to a dramatic size in just 2 days. Dr. Kate McGuire, an astronomer at Queen's University Belfast, said, quote, "It really just appeared out of nowhere," and that there are other objects that have been discovered that are fast, but the fastness and the brightness of this is quite unusual, and there really hasn't been another object like this. And note here, they have called it an object numerous times. Make of that with what you will, slip of the tongue, or just, you know, a general term. And so following this initial observation, scientists reported the flash to this stargazing website, which I mentioned earlier, Astronomer's Telegram, sparking this worldwide investigation into the spot. And so teams from around the world have trained at least 18 telescopes on the flash in a response that constituted the largest number of reports for any single object on the Astronomer's Telegram website. It said that the explosion was so bright that it initially appeared to originate from our own galaxy. But observations by a group of Chinese scientists showed the spot was almost 200 million light years away, meaning that it likely appeared in another nebula. In what a supernova would take weeks to do, this thing did in 2 days. So, they're looking at this thing, and that's where they got more readings that suggested the flash was an explosion of high-energy particles that were traveling at around 12,000 miles per second. And the results have baffled scientists as to the origins of the strange explosion, with one stating, quote, "We're not yet sure what it is, but the normal powering mechanism for a supernova is radioactive decay of nickel, and this event is too bright and too fast for that." And so follow-up observations are ongoing, and scientists have said that they should know more about the object, again, calling it an object, over the next couple of days. Now, some of you may be asking, and I've covered, obviously we cover strange things happening in space here on this channel, both here on Earth and in space. And we've done multiple videos on the strange radio emissions, radio signals that have been captured coming from space, coming from distant galaxies. But you may be wondering, well, have we ever detected something like this? In other words, a massive explosion or flash of light from space that we couldn't explain. And well, we actually did a video on precisely another one of these mystery explosions back in March of 2017, actually, where once again, astronomers detected a bright flash of light coming from billions of light years away, but that was something much more than what is being detected today, because this bright flash was said to be more powerful than all of the stars in the galaxy. And so here is a short clip from that video. Here with Secureteam, scientists are completely stumped as to a massive, unexplained explosion that was detected coming from a galaxy about 10.7 billion light years away. And what was strange about this explosion, which you're seeing here in this animated loop, was that, well, first of all, it was comprised of 1,000 times more energy than every star in the galaxy. And we're talking billions of stars in a galaxy. So 1,000 times more than that. Not only did it have such an energetic force, but the explosion occurred over the course of a couple hours before vanishing just as quickly as it was observed. So according to these new reports, scientists have taken the deepest X-ray image of our universe to date, and within it, they found this evidence of a huge, unexplained explosion coming from this distant galaxy. The galaxy itself appears to be fairly faint and unremarkable, but in October of 2014, it suddenly became at least 1,000 times brighter over the course of a few hours, before fading into oblivion again. And there is absolutely zero astronomical phenomena that scientists currently know of that can explain this very strange behavior. One of the scientists by the name of Kevin Shawinski was speaking about this strange explosion and said, quote, "We may have observed a completely new type of cataclysmic event, and that whatever it is, whatever it was, a lot more observations are needed to work out what we're seeing here." Okay, so if you guys want to watch the rest of that video, I'll put a link to it down in the video description. So if you got time, head over, watch it, check it out. But it just gives you guys another example of one of the apparently many unexplained, totally baffling explosions that have happened in space way back in time. I mean, some of these things are so far away, they're just now reaching Earth, but they happened thousands, millions, or billions of years ago. So we're actually looking back into the past, way back into the past. And it truly is baffling, because when you even have scientists say they've never seen something like this, what could create such a massive, gargantuan, bright, energy-filled burst? I mean, what's more energetic and explosive than a star going supernova? And it truly is amazing. And the question is it something natural, or is it something that's, being created by something out there artificial? And or is it a result of something that's being done out there in space in some other galaxy? And it truly does make you wonder. I certainly wouldn't put it past this to be, from an artificial nature. With everything I've learned over the years, everything we've spoken about on this channel, it's that, even today, scientists do not understand most of space. Our knowledge about space and the universe is extremely limited, and well, you guys tell me what you think down below. So, thank you guys for stopping by today. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way you can see when I post new videos, and I will see you all back in just a bit.